know, a lot of people, I be, wondering, with y'all sometimes because, like, men will make constant comments about trans people or non-binary people or queer people or intersex people, predominantly feminine people, and like get in their get in their comedic skits and their comedic acts. A trans woman from the 80s said this in a video today, and it's so true. Like, they'll make comments about trans people, and then after they just slept with them, they'll get in their act and talk about it. And some of y'all do the same thing with addiction, with drugs. Some of y'all be done it and y'all be speaking from experience, but a lot of y'all, you have never put a white powdery substance, taken it and mixed it with some baking soda, let it get hard, and then put it on a pipe and inhale it. You've never done that. But you are the authority on that behavior. Because maybe you had an auntie or a mama that did it, but you never experienced it. You have never been on the other side of that glass when that smoke hit your lungs. But you're the authority on what crackhead behavior is. I want y'all to know that as a person who has experienced being on the other end of that glass, when that smoke has hit the other side of that pipe, I want to tell you that a lot of y'all do crackhead things. Y'all do. It be some crackhead antics, and you've never even touched a crack pipe. A lot of y'all cuts up Black Friday. And wasn't it a viral post about y'all fighting over chicken sandwiches? It's the channeling of the crackheadedness for me. Behind material things, behind a green piece of paper with a white face on it. And if that is not the epitome of self-hate, for you to be out here willing to risk it all, compromise your family, compromise your values, your morals, your integrity, make excuses for the wrong things that you do in the name of a green promissory note with a white face on it. Some of y'all don't need the smoke to travel through a pipe and fill your lungs. You simply need for the money to hit your head. And you have the audacity to turn around and call somebody else a crackhead. You out here ready to risk it all over the symbol of your oppression as a black person. Y'all sit up here and talk about racism. Y'all sit up here and talk about discrimination. Y'all sit up here and talk about and the same people who talk like that be ready to risk it all over the symbol of their oppression, which is a white man's face on a piece of paper that they had to chop down trees, chop down our ancestors to make, because we connected to the trees, definitely. I resonate with Avatar, even though they was blue. We know the tea, we know the blue meant they was melanated. Deeply melanated. Y'all act like y'all the authorities on crackhead antics. Far as we know, you ain't never hit one. You ain't never been on the other side of that glass when that smoke had hit. It's a whole shift. It's like you astro project, because who was there when the smoke was coming? It's not who there when you inhale. That smoke hit them lungs, it push whoever you is out the body for a second. I'm not gonna say y'all not still connected, but this is a whole entire other part of you. This is the part of you that you was keeping, that colonialism teaches you to suppress, so you've never even dealt with this person. You know what I'm saying? We look at oppression, we look Like the way that we look at oppression, depression, repression, and suppression, the way that we look at all of them, we have to realize that we're looking at them through a westernized lens. When we're looking at depression, we're looking at depression through a westernized lens. It could simply mean you're struggling with something. Simply mean you're in a season where you're being challenged by something. When I first experimented with the drug that I'm talking about in this video, it was a response to finding out that I had been diagnosed with the virus that I've been living with now for 21 years. I call it the nothingness because that's what it stopped. But it's actually exposed to me the hearts of a lot of people. A lot of y'all got pretty faces but ugly souls, pretty faces but ugly spirits. And so I'm thankful to the experience of this virus for teaching that to me. But what we are automatically labeled as is mentally unstable, even though y'all still in that period of our lives where we are using and self-medicating to navigate whatever trial we've been exposed to. Because my brain hadn't even finished developing. I was barely 26 years old when I was diagnosed. And so I was still going in and out of jail, mind you. No psychiatrist was coming in, no therapist was coming in and saying, okay, hey, you appear to be a trans person. I see there's some substance abuse going on. Let's try another route versus putting you in jail, versus throwing you in jail for months and letting the state capitalize off you. Let's do something. That wasn't an option. It didn't happen. But if that challenge is overwhelming you and you get stuck, then westernized culture tells you you're depressed. But perhaps this is the biggest obstacle that you faced in your life. And so the beings that are around you, the beings that claim to love you, the beings that claim to be loyal to you, maybe they need to be paying enough attention to you to know that perhaps we need to shift what our support looks like. And hopefully you're present enough to be able to do the same for them. It's not a one-way street. Life is not just give, or take. Life is give and take. Amen, a woman. P. Diddy was saying, take that. God gotta forgive me. When it should have been give and take. I just feel like I just wanted to point that out. There's some people be trying to speak on addiction and trying to shame me like you have that experience and like you're in a position to judge when you literally have things that you worship that are literally the symbols of our oppression. They are literally the symbols of our oppression, and you move like a crackhead for them. Coke addict behavior is in full swing. So the moral of this story is check yourself before you wreck yourself. Because just because you've never hit the pipe doesn't mean that you're not displaying cracked head behavior. My purple ones, rise, Lelem Lela Nation.